Hey everyone, welcome to winter in Ottawa. This was me last week. Anyways, it's got me thinking I need to do some planting. So I'm going to show you today how I've started my rosemary seeds. Yep, I know it might be a little bit early, but I'm going to try starting the rosemary seeds today. This is the seed starting mix I used. I did do some research on this, and I'm going to play you a little video rather than you listening to me explain it, that specifically for the ingredients that are in this Jiffy mix that you see here. So yeah, take a look.
Okay, growing rosemary from seed, it can be a real pain, right? Let's figure this out. So, why is it so tough? Well, the truth is, rosemary's just notoriously tricky from seed. First off, the germination rates are super low. We're talking maybe 30 to 50% tops. And on top of that, they are so slow to sprout. It can take weeks or even longer. So, does a standard peat-based seed starting mix actually help? Let's take a closer look. All right, this mix is mostly sphagnum peat moss with vermiculite, coropith, and lime. Now, this mix has some big pros, but also some pretty big cons if you're not careful. The first pro is huge. It's sterile, which protects those slow seeds from nasty fungus. And that fine texture, it's perfect for those tiny little seeds. They won't get smothered. And here's the cool part, the lime. It balances out the pH, which rosemary really, really loves. Okay, now for the risks. This stuff holds a lot of water, which can be a real problem. Here's the thing you have to remember. Rosemary hates, and I mean hates, having wet feet. Overwater this mix, and it's like a sponge. It'll just suffocate the roots and cause rot. And another thing, if the peat dries out completely, it actually starts to repel water. Yup, it becomes hydrophobic. That makes re-wetting it evenly a serious pain. So, what's the verdict? This mix is a good choice. You just have to manage it right. Okay, so how do you do it right? Let's get into the pros 3-step playbook. Step 1, add some perlite, just a handful. This helps with drainage and prevents wet feet. Step 2, surface sow. Don't bury the seeds, just press them on top. They need that light. And step 3, use a humidity dome or even just some plastic wrap to keep things consistent. And that's the playbook. With these simple steps, are you ready to finally win the game?
Okay, hope you found that informative. So here we go. I've got a little tub here which I'm going to pour the mix into. You'll see it's very dry, so you do have to, you can't just pour it into the pot and then expect to put seeds in there. It's best to pre-moisture it first. So let's see. As the video explained, it does get wet very easily and it holds the moisture really well. So I'm going to put a little more water in here and scoop it up a bit. There. So you see it's quite well saturated now. It's not too bad. What I'm going to do is going to fill up this pot and then we'll let it sit for a while so it drains out. And then I'll just lightly pat it down as the video suggested. We don't want it too compacted. And I'll let it sit for a bit. Let's see. There you go, it's drained out. I'll put it into this pot so it can drain from the bottom, any leftover water, and lightly pat it down. And I'm going to put the seeds just over the top. The actual rosemary seeds that I got this year were these ones here from McKenzie. See the back? Yeah, there you go. Look, the seeds are really tiny, extremely tiny. So I'm just going to put them on top, hardly press them down, just barely into the soil. And I hope to keep the soil moist, but not overly wet. And you'll notice, sorry, I did forget to mention, but it is on a heat mat. So in line with the temperature expectations for rosemary, it likes to stay warm, so I've got a little heat mat underneath it. And we'll let it sit here and see how it goes. I'll report back to you in a couple of months.